The reason you're a losing trader is less about your psychology and more about the education you received. Hi, my name is Hamish and I'm the founder of Seido Trading. I've been a full-time professional trader for 10 years, and I can say without a doubt it is most likely the education you received that caused your problems, not your psychology. The difference in how traders progress is a combination of strategy and personal circumstances, and of course, a little bit of luck. Problems arise when a strategy is weak, and that leads a trader into poor understanding and application of it. And this eventually leads the trader into a reactive trading loop. Traders exist in these two loops, either the performance loop or the reactive trading loop. Traders in the performance loop are trading in the zone. They can't seem to take a losing trade. Whereas traders in the reactive trading loop can't seem to take a good trade. Everything they touch comes undone. Traders who trade in the zone generally trade with clearly defined, back-tested strategies. They then apply those strategies with discipline, with consistent application. This has the effect of building confidence and trust in the trading process. That improves their execution and they get more consistent results. This then reinforces the strategies and rule set that they've put in place. This is trading in the zone. Traders in this cycle still have losses. They still have losing periods, but they understand that it's part of their strategy, that any strategy within trading can have losses and can have a series of losses. Problems can arise for all sorts of reasons. You're trading tired. You've got unregulated emotions because of something outside of your control, like a personal life issues from family or friends. Maybe there's some financial pressures requiring income all of a sudden. Maybe you just had an off day. Maybe you didn't stick to your rules and you had poor discipline. All of these things can kick you into this reactive trading cycle where you have no rules or poor discipline. You've got weak rules and you've got no edge when you're not executing on good rules. All of a sudden you're over trading. You're trading with FOMO. But it's okay because you come back the next day and you tell yourself you'll be disciplined. And then all of a sudden you've seen a trade. It meets all of your rules, but you hesitate. You can't pull the trigger. And so this ends up causing a lot of doubt and mistrust in traders in their own ability to execute on their rules. And so then they start strategy hopping. They're applying different strategies without being consistent with their application of one strategy. This does nothing other than provide random outcomes for the trader. The trader then gets very inconsistent results. And because they're getting inconsistent results, their confidence goes down. All of a sudden, they've got a lot of anxiety and insecurity in their trading. And this then feeds back into the behavioral and lifestyle changes that are necessary to stay in the performance loop. So they start feeling down, they decide not to exercise that day. They eat some comfort food, and then they don't sleep well that night either. And then all of a sudden, they're stuck in this reactive trading cycle. I'm not saying that good traders don't end up in reactive trading at some points. Professional traders' strategies are so robust that even when external pressures arise, they can still maintain themselves within this performance loop. So if you're stuck in this reactive trading cycle, this is not your fault. It's most likely poor education is the reason. So everyone's been stuck in this sort of cycle where they believe trading is a scam. All you're going to do is lose money. And friends and family end up very skeptical and they aren't always the most supportive. Trading is a series of very small, easy to understand concepts. There's a lot of people out there and a lot of educators out there. They may teach these concepts well, but they don't structure and layer them in a way that makes sense for traders and so that they can build the contextual understanding and awareness that's necessary to trade consistently and profitably long term. There's just so many unprofitable traders teaching. Worse still, there's some profitable traders with terribly misunderstood strategies encouraging you to follow them. These people rely heavily on intuition, and they themselves are unable to articulate the aspects of the strategy in a way that you can implement. There's also traders out there who have made a huge amount of money, claiming they're not going to sacrifice their health for wealth anymore. Do you really want to follow a strategy that requires you to sacrifice your health for wealth? If you think trading needs to be like that, this is not the channel for you. Trading doesn't need to be a 14-hour-a-day job. At Seido, we teach setups, but these are secondary. It's the why they work that counts. So the understanding of the psychology of the market participants driving directional movement is key. Learning to read price action is just like learning a language. Most education, unfortunately, just teaches you to pronounce words. You may be able to find an entry, but the way you manage your position once you're in determines your profitability long term. When you learn to read the market, there is no ambiguity. There's no ambiguity in execution or trade management. And just like learning a language, it does take time, but it is a skill that's worth developing. So at Seido, we replicated the university environment for education. The reason university works, it's layered deliberately. There's accountability, there's deadlines, you've got exams, and this is why we have quizzes. There's also a social learning aspect. Students are learning amongst other students off a proven framework. They're also in an environment where they're getting feedback from people who know more. If you go to university, you're also immersed and you're committed to the process. There's a defined time limit on which you obtain your degree. There's also the repetition of going daily, of immersing yourself in the content on a daily basis. All of this is replicated with the programs that we run. Unlike university and unlike other trading courses, which are thousands of dollars, I firmly believe that a trading course should be accessible to anyone. So an 18-year-old graduating high school should be able to afford the trading education. This is exactly what I would have wanted to do at that age. And the education shouldn't adversely affect your ability to fund your own trading account. Trading should be accessible to anyone. The knowledge isn't hard. It's the scaffolding and peripheral layering of these structures that are the hard part of creating quality education. And Seido's fixing this. Above all, trading should just be fun. It should elevate people's lives, not just financially. It should give you more time with friends, family. It should give you more out of your life. This is what Seido's here for. So if you're ready to learn and to commit to a defined process, welcome to Seido Trading.